Morning, happy Monday. Jackie Broman here from TBA Law. Doing a quick Monday information session for you this morning. The topic today is super disputes over the death benefit payments. So, super is often one of the biggest assets for a lot of people, particularly those who are pre-retirement and also have their life insurance in their super, because the life insurance will become a component of the death benefit payment. And then even for those who are after retirement who had put quite a substantial amount into super and there's a lump sum to be paid, where this money goes to can sometimes be the subject of a dispute. Now, before I get too much into the dispute itself, to prevent a dispute, the best way is to have a binding nomination in place. So you do a binding nomination with a form that the super fund provides. It has to be to a valid person and it has to have not lapsed. So a lot of super funds differ, but quite a few of them, the nomination expires after 3 years. So double check with your super fund. If you want a nomination to be binding on the super fund and hence there cannot be a dispute about the payment of it, then you must have that binding nomination form done, valid and up to date. So if there is not a valid binding nomination on the super fund, then applications are made to the super fund after someone passes away for the payment of that amount. The super fund then makes the decision about where they're going to pay it and in what proportions. Everyone is notified of the decision of the super fund, and then you've got 28 days to make a complaint if you don't agree with it. So the complaint ends up at the super fund tribunal, and the proportions could be redistributed between different beneficiaries. There might be another beneficiary who has come forward who wasn't known about by the super fund originally, but yeah, there's 28 days after a decision has been made by the super fund where to pay that money to put in a dispute. So then with the tribunal, the dispute goes to a conciliation conference first, which is like a mediation, but usually a little bit shorter and usually done over the phone, so that people put forward their position and then it's considered. Sometimes the parties can come to an agreement and put it back to the super fund that it should be redistributed between these people in these percentages, but quite often it's just pushed back onto the super fund to make a new decision given new information. So there's actually not much more to say on this topic. It really is case by case, but the best thing to do to stop a super dispute, like I said, is to have a binding nomination. We help people do their binding nominations at the same time as they do their wills. It's included as part of what we do because it's a vital part of the estate planning process. Otherwise, if you've got any questions, please either direct message us through Facebook. On our website, you can find my direct email and you can ask me anything that you want to ask there. This live video will be posted to the page, so you can go back and find the video if you want to and tag someone in it. Otherwise, I do a short snippet of Facebook Live most Mondays. Next Monday I'm actually away, so I won't be doing it, so I'll catch you then. I think it's on the 1st of July will be the next Monday Facebook Live. So yeah, feel free to reach out if you want to know more about making sure your binding nomination is valid so that there's no disputes on what happens with your super fund. Otherwise, I'll catch you in a couple of weeks.